Green zone organizations are much nicer places to work, and people tend to be internally motivated rather than externally motivated. They're there because they're passionate about what they do and the people that they're working with and the future. So then the question is, all right, if green zone environments seem to be nicer places to work, the turnover usually isn't as high, they tend to be more creative, does that actually translate into a difference in the bottom line? And there were a couple of researchers named Cotter and Heskett, both academics, that wanted to find this out. And so they did an 11-year study. And they were looking at, they started with 207 corporations that were all listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Out of this group, they picked all the organizations that had a clearly identifiable culture that fit into one of these categories. They called the red zone group, they called them a non-enhancing, non-supportive culture. The green zone, they called an enhancing, supportive culture. And then they tracked them for an 11-year period, looking at a number of different factors. These were 4. The difference between in the net income, in the stock price, in the revenue, and whether the workforce expanded or contracted. So what I'd like you to do is just turn to the person that you're sitting next to and see what you think the differences were between the red zone and green zone organizations over an 11-year period. The net income of the red zone organizations went up 1% in that 11-year period. The net income of the green zone organizations went up 756% in that 11-year period. A huge impact, all right? Stock price over 800% more. Revenue over 500% increase. The workforce expanded almost 250%. That's the corporate equivalent to lower mortality. Now, I give a lot of speeches all around the world, and if I'm talking to a group of CEOs and I have, say, 3 minutes with them or 5 minutes with them, if I'm going to show them one slide, it's going to be this slide. You want to see the difference that the culture of an organization can make to the performance of that organization. This is a pretty good indication.